Hello and welcome to this broadcast of UGA Ice Dawgs Hockey. We are coming to you from the Atlanta Ice Forum in Duluth, Georgia, where the Dawgs are visiting Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. As we get set for tonight's game, we'll take a look at the starting lineups. For the Dawgs, it's Matthew Bigda, Trevor Gutman, and Josh Mazzaro set forward. And on defense, Alexander Strauss and Leighton Poole, with the big man in goal, Ryan Testino. For Georgia Tech, it's Ethan Molnar, Ty Yoakum, Brendan Boyle, Andrew Bonner, Matthew Connolly, and in goal Colin Fessler. As we get set for the starting face-off here tonight, I'm joined by Joe Kopshow. Joe, what's going to be the keys to the game for both sides here tonight?
Well, it would be an understatement to say last year this was a physical game. I think the team that comes out more physical is able to lay more hits, create open shots off those hits is really going to win this game. These two teams hate each other, and whoever is more powerful is going to end up on top.
So definitely going to be a spirited bout tonight. We'll have a correction to the starting lineups. It's Declan Conway out there instead of Trevor Gutman. Face-off is won by the Dawgs, and we are go from Duluth. That one jumped into the Tech zone but held up at the blue line. Here's Bigda with the top of the circle. His shot turned away by Fessler. Down to the wing is Conway. Bigda in the corner with it. Drops it off from Mazzaros. Mazzaros behind the net. Looking up top for Poole. Poole at the point. Walks the line. Takes a shot. It's tipped in front. Bouncing around. Loose puck, and Fessler able to cover. A great tip in front there by Bigda. But Fessler able to recover and keep that one out of the net.
In some action early, a shot from the blue line gets tipped. Fessler able to get a hand on it, but not able to completely cover it. A shot on goal from the slot is then stopped by Fessler and finally covered, but a great scoring opportunity already for the Ice Dogs.
So face-off will be to the right of Fessler. That one's won by Georgia Tech. Around behind the net, it's Gretzinger, but it pops out in front. Fessler has to hold on. Face-off again inside the Tech zone. Just under 30 seconds exactly gone in the game so far, but it's won by Tech. Rimmed around the boards. Conway's there first for the Dogs, though, and he'll dump it back into the zone. Good hit there by Mazzaros in the corner. On the half wall, it's Molnar, but looking up ice. It was turned away at the point by Strauss and dumped right back into the zone. Gretzinger looking for Molnar in his own corner. Chip up the boards. There's Bonner. Bonner down the right wing side. He's walking in, tries to make a move around Poole, but it's put into the corner. Poole takes him into the boards. Puck around the other side up the boards, but it's stopped at the point and dumped back in by Gretzinger. Here comes Conway out of his own zone. Headman pass for Parente, but just off the end of his stick and into the corner. Parente's chased by Lambert, and Fessler will cover up once again.
And Torrin, this is going to be a really fun game. I mean, we have an absolutely packed house, a good percentage of Ice Dogs fans, but a huge percentage of Tex fans. It's going to be a really interesting way to see how these players can build off the adrenaline from the fans.
Definitely a strong showing for the Tech student section. We are about 45 minutes out of Atlanta, where Tech is located. But they love to come and hate the Dogs. As Martin able to keep that one in the zone, Everly will dump it in deep. Good check by Martin at the blue line. In the corner, it's Kim. The check there on the half wall by Gannon. The Dogs out with it at center now. Everly back to Martin. Up the boards for Punzenberger. Punzenberger mishandled it though, but it's dropped back off for him by Gannon. Here comes Punzenberger through center. Across for Everly, back across, but couldn't quite get through to Parente. Gannon comes away with it. He'll take a shot, but it's stopped in the slot. And that one is floated out to center, where Gannon will take it back and float it back into the Tech zone. Here's Punzenberger walking out of the corner. He takes a shot, but it's just tipped wide. Peacock with it, looking out of the zone, but it's stopped by Gannon at the half wall and put right back in. Whitwer behind the net, Gannon helping him out. Whitwer still with it behind the net. Walking out in front, but it's poked away by Fessler. Whitwer still with it, shattering pass. Gannon's there. Puck still loose. Bargo trying to get a shot away. It's still bouncing around in front and finally shot out of the zone. No icing on the play. It went off the UGA stick. So the Yellow Jackets will get a full sail line change. Long stretch pass for Whitwer. Robbie Whitwer at center, but a good hard back check there by Barrett. Puck across for Whitwer. He steps around a man who missed his check, but he still loses the puck at the blue line. Campbell with it for the Dogs, dumps it right back in.
And Torrin, I don't know about you, but we're 3 minutes into these games, and I mean, we've seen these guys play a lot, and I don't know if I've ever seen them skate faster, skate harder. These teams hate each other. Let's see who converts on the audience's energy. Early chances, but we'll see who finally converts.
Big check there at center ice as Gutman took down his man, Brendan Boyle. Puck in the corner, Maurer with it, looking for help from Crawford, but it's stopped there by Yoakum. Puck taken out to center by Persona, but Maurer able to come up with it in front of the Tech bench. Finally out to center for the Jackets. Here comes Dubé down the left wing side, poked away by Haugen and sent into the corner by Campbell. Campbell rims it up the wall for Gutman, looking for Maurer up ice, but he's taken down. No penalty in play. And actually, no, we will get a whistle. So the Dogs will be going to the power play. It's going to be 2 minutes for tripping to number 28, Earl Gretzinger. So face-off will be inside the Tech zone to the left of Fessler. Conway wins the draw cleanly, back to Poole. Cross ice for Gannon. He'll wait, put it back down the half wall from Mazzaros. Return pass to Gannon. Gannon walking the line across for Poole. Centering pass on the front for Conway. Here it is. Pass across for Bigda. Puck bouncing around in front, still loose. Bigda in behind the net. Comes back around the other side, up top for Poole. He takes a shot. It's tipped in front by Mazzaros. Good play there. Dawgs still with the puck. Bigda on the half wall. Stops up, looks back down in the corner for Mazzaros. Up top for Poole walking in. Mishandles the pass, though, forced to go back down for Mazzaros. Mazzaros walking out of the corner. Pass intended for Conway. Couldn't get a shot away, though. Poole across for Gannon. Gannon at the point. Return pass for Poole. Out in front for Conway. Over to Bigda. Back up top for Conway in the slot. He takes a shot. He scores! A dangerous spot for Conway to take that shot, and he capitalizes. It's a power play goal.
And I know he didn't score the goal there, but Leighton Poole did a great job of moving the puck around. Eventually, on the power play, what you want to do is find the best shot. By not taking shots early, by waiting, they're able to find a lane in the Ice Dogs, and Conway's able to put it into the back of the net on a power play.
So an early lead for the Dogs as they get a power play goal within the first 5 minutes of the game. Face-off won by Conway. Puma looking up ice, but he whiffed on the pass, and it's stuck inside the Georgia zone. In behind the net is Burnett. Rims it around the boards for Mazzaros. Out to center for Bigda. Bigda across for Conway down the right wing side. Conway stops up, waits for help, but he takes a check. Puck comes out to the point for Burnett, who's forced to dump it into the opposite corner. Lambert and Conway collide. Conway comes up with it. Up top for Burnett. He takes a shot. It's tipped in front, but gloved by Fessler, who will hold on.
That's a tough save. I mean, Fessler kept his eye on the puck the whole time. Could have been tipped. Instead, it's let go. Fessler, with a good eye on it, is able to save it. Good passing early from the Ice Dogs. I like the movement of the puck. Hopefully that can lead to another scoring opportunity.
And indeed, a strong save by Fessler there, fighting through the screen. Another face-off win by the Dogs. Mazzaros back down in the corner. Conway up top, but didn't have his man. The puck will go all the way back into the Georgia zone. Puma behind his own net. He's chased by McAvilly. Conway with it. Conway down the right wing side, looking for help in front. Makes a nice move to the slot, cutting in. Pass for Parente. Was just behind him, but he comes away with it still. Parente in the zone. Skating it around, centering pass, but no one was there. Good hit by Punzenberger in the slot. Trying to hammer one in. Still loose in front. It goes behind the net. It's Lambert with it. He floats it off the glass, but it's stopped at the point by Poole. Lambert finally able to get it out, and the Jackets will get a change. Castino leaves it for Strauss. Strauss back for Poole, up the boards for Punzenberger. Cross ice for Eberle, but he mishandles the pass as it goes into the corner. Eberle and Yoakum come together. Eberle still fighting for it, plays it up top for Poole. Poole settles it, takes a shot, but it's blocked. Good defensive play there by Ashbeck as it comes out to center. Up the boards, it's Weitzel. Eberle in the corner. He's checked by Wetzel. And Strauss will hold it behind his own net. Strauss looking up ice. Strong pass across ice for Punzenberger, but just out in front of him. Puck still at center, fighting for it at the blue line is Poole, able to poke it out for Punzenberger. Punzenberger trying to poke it ahead, and he's alone. He's taken down at the blue line. No call on the play. Here comes Tech the other way. Boyle down the left wing side with a shot, but it goes right through the slot and into the corner. Gannon up the boards, intended for Bartow. Bartow still fighting for it at center. Third line out there for the Dogs now. Here comes Poole wheeling out of his own zone. Poole will dump it into the corner and get a change. Whitwer chasing. He's taken in the boards by Peacock. Bartow will help him out. Molnar looking out of his zone. Up the boards for Bonner. Trying to leave it for his man, but Whitwer was back to take it away from him. Whitwer at center. Leaves it for Spicer. Nice pass there, but it's just called offsides.
And we're going to go to a face-off here, Torin, and one of the weaknesses of the Ice Dogs in this season has been converting on the face-offs. However, so far this game, they've won a majority of the faceoffs, actually a vast majority. Let's see if they can keep that up. That directly leads to goal-scoring opportunities. It led to the first one. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Dawgs 4 for 5 on the faceoff so far tonight. Maurer is out there to take the draw now. He's been strong in that category so far this season, as he wins another one back, so that will make it 5 wins for the Dawgs in the draw. Gutman with a shot just wide of the net. Not sure if Fessler saw that one. Rimmed around the boards for Barrett. Chipped around. That one will go all the way down for icing.
One of the biggest things we say in almost every sport, in hockey especially, is a good defense is sometimes a good or great offense. Right now, Georgia Tech has had almost 0 scoring opportunities. This is due to the Ice Dogs keeping it in the Georgia Tech defensive zone, really putting a lot of pressure on Fessler, while Testino has been able to pretty much chill out in his own net.
Definitely a strong forecheck for the Dawgs so far tonight, as an offensive zone face-off coming up after the icing. Off the tie-up, it comes back to the Dawgs, so that's another face-off win for Georgia. Martin able to keep it in the zone down the wall, but it's floated out to center and all the way down the ice. No icing on the play, as they said Gannon touched it. Gannon chased there by Prasanna. Taken away from him, centering pass. Out in front, still loose puck. Martin comes away with it, though. Good defensive play there by Bill Martin. His pass out in front of Maurer, no icing on the play. Kim back to take it for the Jackets. He rims it around the boards, but Gutman's the first man there for the Dawgs. Up top for Gannon. Gannon walking down the board. He takes a shot, but it's turned away by Fessler. Kim trying to shoot it out to center, but takes a weird bounce off the boards. Maurer able to come up with it. Gannon with a shot, bouncing around in front, still loose, and Fessler will cover.
Fessler letting up another dangerous rebound from his shot at the blue line. Luckily, he gets on top of it again. Earlier, he was able to successfully do so. Looks like he took a little bit of a hit there. He's getting up quite slow. But that's really what you want to do. If Fessler's going to allow rebounds, you really want to take advantage of that if you're the Ice Dogs.
We saw the Dogs struggle with that against Auburn last weekend, as the Auburn goaltender gave up lots of juicy rebounds in the slot, but the Dogs were unable to convert on those chances. Here comes Tech down the ice into the Georgia zone. Forced out to the corner. A strong check there by Bigda. Puck still, centering pass. Shot turned away by Testino. What a save. Reactionary play from the goaltender Testino on the centering pass. Great stop there for him early.
And what a save is correct. Those saves are the hardest, where the pass comes into the slot. You have to react instantly if you're Testino. He's able to get over to that side of the net, make a good pad save.
First strong scoring chance for the Jackets so far tonight as they win another offensive zone faceoff. Puck in behind the net, centering pass, went off the side of the net. But Mazzaros couldn't handle the pass. Finally comes out of the zone and it's forced to dump back in. There's Molnar, Haugen with it for the Dogs. He's chased by Molnar, able to get away with it. Bigda fighting for it with McAvilly. Stepping down the ward, shot glove by Testino.
Testino with a good save there again, able to make the glove save. That side of the net is really a strong suit. His glove side is really strong. Able to make that save there. It's going to be another face-off in Georgia's defensive zone. Important to win this.
Face-off to the left of Testino in the Georgia zone. It's won by the Dogs. Sent up the boards for Punzenberger, but a good play to stop that one was Lambert, and he'll dump it back in. Strauss with it for the Dogs. He steps away from McAvilly, trying to get it out of the zone, but it's pinned in by Lambert. Fighting for it is Strauss. Lambert comes away with it, but it's taken away from him by Eberle and pushed out to center. Jacobson off the boards. Here comes Tech back the other way. McAvilly trying to center it, but it's taken away from him by Poole. Good check at the blue line, though, from Jacobson. The Dogs still with it. Here come the Dogs into the Tech zone. Drop for Poole. Poole will float one in, but it goes off the netting and out of play.
And I'm going to talk about it again, Torin, but one of the most important things is adrenaline. When you have a huge crowd like this, it really builds up your adrenaline. Now it's up to the players to decide how they're going to use that. Are they going to use it positively, or are they going to let them affect it negatively? The Ice Dogs are obviously in enemy territory here. Let's see how they take the adrenaline here.
An early lead definitely helping out the Dogs so far, as it's been all Georgia through the first 10 minutes of this game. And you can hear that electric crowd that we were just talking about, Joe. We're not going to repeat what they've been saying. As the faceoff is won by the Dogs and dumped into the zone by Punzenberger. Parente there with it, plays it back for Strauss. Strauss with a shot, but it's tipped. Eberle still with it, though. Playing it across for Poole, who dumps it into the corner. Fighting forward is Boyle. He takes Punzenberger into the boards. Parente trying to play it out to center, but no one was there, and here comes Wetzel. Plays it off the boards and out to center, but it's dumped right back in by Poole. Parente leaves it for Eberle at the line. Drops it back off for Parente. Quick shot turned away by Fessler. Good reaction play there. Strauss with a shot, but it's blocked again in front. Punzenberger turns around, playing it off for Parente. Centering pass, no one was there as it goes into the corner. Clearing attempt blocked by Poole at the point. Another strong play from him. Puck behind the net. Boyle trying to play it out, but Punzenberger's there as it finally comes out to center. And the Jackets will change. Poole looking for a quick up. He goes up the boards for Eberle on the blue line. Eberle in alone. As he spins away from Kim, Eberle still with the puck in the corner. Drops it off for Whitwer. Whitwer out of the corner up to the half wall. Plays it up to the point for Gannon. A crossover for Poole. Poole walking in. He takes a shot blockered away by Fessler. As the puck comes out to center, it's dumped in. Gannon plays it though. No icing on the play. Persona with it for Tech. He's trying to center it, but there was no one there for the Jackets. Kim at the point with it, able to keep it in. He dumps it back in on net, but Testino gloved it down.
Good shift there from the Ice Dogs. Eberle able to really facilitate the passing on the offensive end. A little spin move to get everyone open, and then a little pass before that to really set it up. Now the Ice Dogs have kind of lost their face-off advantage. Let's see if they can gain it back here and clear this puck from their own zone.
Win a defensive zone draw there. Here comes Maurer across the blue line for the Dogs. Steps around his man Kim. Leaves it for Burnett. Burnett with a shot. And he scored. No goal off the post. And on the rebound, not sure who put that one in, but it's a Georgia goal. It's going to be a 2-0 lead for the Dogs. It looks like number 14, Robbie Whitwer, able to pick up the rebound after Burnett's shot bounced around off the post.
Great job by the Ice Dogs there. First set up by Zach Maurer, able to get a pass across ice. He carried it into the zone, able to find an open man who takes the shot on goal. And then Fessler lets up another juicy rebound. And Whitwer able to put it in the back of the net.
So the Dogs with a 2-0 lead now with just under 12 minutes gone in the first period. Another face-off win for the Dogs. Strauss with it in his own zone. Up the boards for Poole, but just out in front of him. Here come the Jackets the other way. It's dumped into the Georgia zone. Rimmed around the boards, but it's taken away. Shot on goal, sticked away by Testino. Centering pass off the side of the net, and Poole is there to pick it up. He goes off the boards for Gutman, but it's hemmed in by Molnar. Poole recovers back behind his own net. Off the glass and out to center where Maurer will chase it. But it's poked away from him as Crawford is forced to dump it into the zone for the Dogs. Nice move there by Gretzinger out of his own zone, but his pass was out in front of his man as Strauss comes up with it in his own zone. Here comes Strauss out of the Georgia zone with speed. Plays it off for Conway. Conway down the left wing side, walking in, looking for someone in front. Pass across for Mazzaros, but it's just off the end of his stick and out of play. Good, strong 2-on-1 play from Conway and Mazzaros.
Good pass there. Fessler tested again. Really able to get a good pass across into the slot. Unable to convert. Puck goes out of play, and we're going to have a face-off in the offensive zone for UGA. Let's see if they can win this and keep the pressure on.
The Dogs 10 for 14 on draws so far tonight. As they win another one, Big at the top of the circle. Plays it down to the boards for Conway. Up top for Haugen, back to Conway. And another return pass is dumped into the zone for Mazzaros. Around behind the net, Bigda fighting for it. He gets a good check in the corner there. Conway trying to come out to center, but it's taken away from him. And pushed out to center ice. And McAvey will play it. Haugen inside the Georgia zone. Leaves it for their dangerous play at the side of the net, but Conway able to come away with it. Conway in his own zone, plays it up the boards for Campbell. Cameron Campbell, the captain of Georgia, walking down the right wing side, drops it off for Mazzaros. Back to Campbell, his shot just wide of the net. Haugen back at center for the Dogs, plays it across for Bigda. Tech caught in the middle of a change. Conway across for Mazzaros. He's tripped up, no call. Down low for Bigda, his shot turned away by Fessler. Good stick play. In the desperation for Fessler, shot by Conway, turned away. Campbell at the point, dumps it back in for Mazzaros, who tries to chop it around the net. Bigda back across for Mazzaros. Mazzaros centering pass, bouncing around in front, but pulled away by Jacobson and pushed out to center. Haugen up for Mazzaros. Plays it across the blue line, but no one was there. As the Jackets get control. Long stretch pass for Molnar. His shot patted away by Testino. A rare scoring chance for Tech so far in this game. Easily turned away by Testino. Here's Campbell with it for the Dogs. He'll dump it into the opposite corner where Mazzaros will chase it. Mazzaros in behind the net. Taken away by Clarity. Parente walking out of the corner. Eberle with it now. Plays it out in front for Parente. His shot tipped up and out of play.
I mean, there were 3 really good scoring chances for the Ice Dog there. Fessler makes 2 good plays with the puck right in front of him. It really looked like it was going to be in the back of the net. It was not. And right there, a pass perfectly to center ice. It gets tipped on the shot, and it goes out of play. Going to be in the defensive zone at Georgia Tech.
Face-off to the right of Fessler. Just over 5 minutes left to go in the first period. Another face-off win by the Dogs. He scores! Parente off the face-off with a shot off the post and in. It's 3-0 Dogs.
And that's why Torin and I always highlight the face-off. They lead to goals. If you can get it in the offensive zone and win a face-off, it's going to lead to a goal. And if you can get it in the defensive zone, you can clear the puck. Great play there to put it in the back of the net off the face-off. 3-0 Dogs.
So the Dogs extend their lead as they win another face-off at center ice. Gannon with it at his own blue line. He'll walk it in and dump it into the Tech zone. Stopped by Fessler behind the net. Parente, the goal scorer for the Dogs, there to play it though. Parente out of the corner, up top for Martin. Martin return pass from Parente, mishandled. He'll dump it back into the zone. Hunzenberger in the corner, drops it off for Eberle. But he's pressured by Gretzinger, who pushes it out to center. Good play to keep it in by Martin. Actually, it was just off sides. Good check there by Hunzenberger. Gretzinger with a little shot extra for him. Here comes Gannon walking in. His shot just wide of the net. Martin with it at the point. He takes a shot, blocker away by Fessler. Parente in the corner. Centering pass, turned away. Gannon with it at the point. Walking in. He takes a shot. It's blocked in the slot. Back up top for Gannon. Another shot. Tipped in front, bouncing around. And it's pulled out to center by Connolly. Cross ice for Barrett. Here's Barrett walking in. His shot went right through the slot. No one was there to pick up the rebound. Here comes Bill Martin out of the Dog zone. He'll dump it in. And the Dogs will get a change. Yoakum in his own zone. He's pressured by Spicer. Strauss with it at center for the Dogs. Fans on the pass, but able to recover. And dump it back into the Georgia Tech zone. Here's Boyle with it for Tech. Stops up, avoids the check from Whitwer. Up the boards for Barrett. Who dumps it into the Georgia zone. No icing on the play as Poole will play it. Here comes Poole. He's pressured there. Puck stuck on the half wall. Georgia trying to get it out, and they do. Spicer pokes it out to center. Kim with it at his own blue line, off the boards. And out to center. Bartow with a strong check there. Strauss with a good poke check. And Poole comes away with it. Over for Whitwer. Up top for Spicer. Spicer walking into the Dogs, or into the Tech zone, drops it off for Whitwer. Whitwer with a shot off the post. Strauss dumps it back in. Whitwer in the opposite corner. He's pinned into the wall. Crawford in to help him out as Whitmer will go off for a change. Strauss at the point, but it's taken away from him. Back the other way from Peacock. Pass out in front of Prasanna, and Poole gets there first. Poole in his own end. Pass around the boards for Gutman. Gutman mishandled it, but able to play it over for Maurer, who drops it back for Poole. Across ice for Haugen, but he mishandles it as Gretzinger steps up, and he'll take it into the Georgia zone. No call on the play there. Looks like Gretzinger was tripped up. Maurer cross ice for Gutman. Here comes Gutman across center. Gutman down the right wing side, walking in, steps to the crease, but it's poked away by Lambert. Good defensive play there. Gretzinger plays it to the boards, but it's taken away by Gutman. Back down low for Crawford. Crawford centering pass for Gutman. His shot blocked in front. Crawford comes away with it, though. Centering pass is taken away from him, and Fessler will cover.
That pass off a skate drifts in slowly to Fessler, able to cover it. But we know what happens when UGA wins face-offs. They're able to get a good shot off the rip of the face-off, and they've been winning their face-offs tonight. A struggle earlier in the season. Let's see if they can convert this chance here.
Well, it's 13 for 17 at the face-off dot tonight. And off the tie-up, the Jackets come away with it and push it out to center. Haugen in his own zone up the boards for Campbell, who plays it back behind the net. Haugen with a nice play there, gets it away for Bigda. Up the boards, but it's taken away from him, and a shot by Conley is blocked at the high circle. Down low, tripped up, delayed penalty on the Dawgs as Conway touches up, and Georgia Tech will go to the power play. Special teams have been active in this first period as the Dawgs' opening tally came on the power play from Declan Conway. So we'll get a first look at Georgia Tech's power play tonight as Conley is out there to take the draw with Bonner and Rule on the wings. Face-off won by Spicer. Gannon in the corner. Plays it around for Martin, who shoots it all the way down the ice and into the Tech zone. Lambert back for the Jackets as they get set on this power play. Minute 26 left to go in the first period. Lambert up the wall for Connolly. Connolly walking down the right wing. It's poked into the corner by Gannon, who comes away with it. Trying to fire it out was Gannon, but it's taken away at the point by Lambert. Spicer still trying to get it out over to Lambert. Lambert with a shot, tipped in front, and Testino will hold on.
Little extra action after the whistle there. A little bit of a chip shot by the Georgia Tech offensive number 17, Matthew Connolly. He's their captain. He's just trying to get a goal in the back of the net, but Testino obviously had that puck. Seems like a little bit extra after the whistle, but Georgia Tech looking to convert their first power play. Let's see how it goes.
Face off to the left of Testino. It's won by Conway. And Gannon tries to shoot it out to center, but it's stopped by Lambert. His shot turned away by Gannon. And that clearing attempt will leave the zone as we are under 1 minute left to go in the first period. Pass out to center. Here comes Rule into the zone for the Jackets. Rule down the left wing side, trying to center it, but it's poked away. Connolly able to dump it in deep. Martin playing it for the Dawgs, off the boards from Zaros, but it's pinching in was Gretzinger. Zaros able to get it out of the zone though. Yoakum in behind his own net. Yoakum up ice for Jacobson, who drops it off for Gretzinger. Gretzinger down the left wing side. Poked away by Gannon as he's tripped up. No call. Oh, delayed penalty. A late whistle. So we will have 4-on-4 for 17 seconds at the end of the period. Looks like 2 minutes for tripping to Earl Gretzinger. So he will go to the box.
That's his second penalty of the day. Of course, the first one led to the goal by Declan Conway. Let's see if the Dawgs can convert on the 4-on-4, and then they'll have a little bit of time on the 5-on-4.
16.8 left on the clock in the first period. As the faceoff is won by Parente, but taken away by Boyle. Boyle into the zone for the Jackets. He's checked hard on the half wall by Poole. 7 seconds left on the clock. Strauss with it in his own zone. Plays it out to center. where Connolly gloves it down, and that will do it for the first period. So after 20 minutes, the Dogs lead the Jackets 3-0. We'll see you right back here for second period action. So we welcome you back here for second period action between the Georgia Bulldogs and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, as we'll take a look back at the first period, Joe.
With the first period recap, we have UGA Ice Dogs scoring 3 goals. The first one came from Declan Conway on the power play. Next came from Whitwer, and then finally Parente directly off a faceoff. Shots in favor of the UGA Ice Dogs, 15-6, really showing Georgia Tech not too progressive on offense yet. Dawgs with a big lead in the faceoffs, that winning 15 out of 20, 75%, something they've struggled with this season, but really pulling it up in this game, a big reason why they're ahead. And finally, we're going to start with some 4-on-4 action leading into a UGA power play after about 20 seconds.
A late penalty to Gretzinger made it 4-on-4, so when that penalty expires, the Dogs will go to the power play.
2-on-1, let's get it going, baby! Right here in Duluth, baby. Just like that, guys. Did it happen?
So as we get set here for the opening face-off of the second period, we'll take a look at the lineups out there for both teams. For the Dogs in this 4-on-4, it's Mazzaros and Conway on forward with Gannon and Poole on the back end. For Georgia Tech, it's Connolly and Rule at forward with Lambert and Kim on defense. 20 seconds left on the Georgia penalty Face off at center ice. We get set for second period action. Face off won by the Dogs, but it goes out of reach of Poole, who has to chase it into his own end. Poole gets set up behind his net, 10 seconds left on the penalty to Haugen. Up the boards for Conway, back down low for Poole. Cross ice for Mazzaros, and that will do it for the Georgia penalty. So they are on the power play now for just over a minute as they look to come out of their own zone. Conway cross ice stretch pass, but not enough on it as Kim takes that one away at center. Back up the boards for Rule. Here comes Rule for the Jackets. He takes a shot, but easily gloved by Testino, and he'll hold on.
Testino with a good glove save there. When he shoots it at the glove side, it's so important as a goalie to be able to track it with your eyes. Testino, noticeably great at this job, is able to follow the puck and do a really good job.
Face-off won by the Jackets, and they'll dump it back deep into the Georgia zone. Gannon takes it behind his own net, and he looks up ice. Over to Poole. And he'll take it into the Georgia Tech zone. Poole on the half wall, dumps it behind the net and around the boards where Mazzaros will play it on the opposite side. Mazzaros is taken into the wall, Bigda in to help him out. And Mazzaros will come away with it. Back over to Bigda. And down low, return pass for Bigda. Cross ice for Poole. Poole walks the line. He'll dump it down the glass. But Kim is there first. He'll fight Mazzaros for it. Mazzaros digging for it still. Everly battling Kim now. And it's shot out by Connolly. So that will take a few seconds off the power play for the Dogs as they get a new lineup out there. 10 seconds left to go on the power play for the Dogs. One last rush if they hurry. Here comes Conway through center with speed. Conway breaking into the Tech zone. Walking in, centering pass for Mazzaros is tipped away, and that will do it for the Georgia power play. Conway still holding on with it though. Cross ice for Bigda. Bigda looking for help. Pass up top for Poole. He takes a shot, but it's turned away by Fessler. And here come the Jackets the other way. Jacobson down the right wing side. He takes a shot, sticked away by Testino, and chopped out to center and all the way down into the Tech zone for icing.
And you got to think, in the second period, already down 3, Georgia Tech is going to come out aggressive here. As the Ice Dogs, you want to take advantage of that. Be smart with your passing. Wait for them to overextend themselves and really make good passes, like those passes into the slot where you can get easy tip-ins.
So face off to the left of Testino after the icing. Conway and Connolly line up. Face-off won by Connolly. Tech with control. Bigda takes his man to the boards. Shot on net by Yoakum just goes wide. Pool behind the net. Over to the wall from Mazzaros, who takes a chop at it, but a good pinch there from the Tech point man. Chipped around the boards. Bigda able to chop it around Yoakum, but Conway couldn't get around his man. Yoakum away with it in center, but Mazzaros able to poke it away from him. And all the way into the Tech zone. Mazzaros still fighting Yoakum for it. Centering pass for Conway. Shot from Bigda in front, and Fessler scrambles to cover the rebound. A weird bounce out from the side of the net. And a good chance for Bigda.
And Bigda with the shot on net, but of course Mazzaros skating all the way down the ice, chasing the puck, able to convert that chance and really give Bigda a shot. That pass from behind the net, great. We're going to have a face-off in the offensive zone. George has been winning them. Let's see if we can win another.
Eberle and Connolly set to take the draw. Face-off won by Connolly. Kunzenberger chases him into the corner. Parente, the third goal scorer for the Dawgs, fighting for it now. Eberle in the opposite corner. Walking out to the half wall. He stops up, but he's checked by Connolly. Punzenberger picks up the loose puck. Back down to the corner. Punzenberger takes a check. Eberle trying to come away with it. And he gets it over for Punzenberger, who stops up and returns it back to him. Centering pass for Parente, but he has to take it into the corner. Good defensive play there by Yoakum to take him into the boards. Eberle trying to walk it out, but it's poked again by Yoakum. And Eberle is pinned. David Eberle without a stick. Parente trying to come away with it, and he does. Stops up, curls back behind the net, centering pass, but it's taken away in the high slot. Good play by Eberle to come away with it, though, and Punzenberger puts it up to the point. Haugen dumps it back in. Parente battling Boyle for it now. Over for Yoakum, up the boards. Conley trying to get it out, but Campbell able to keep it in. Punzenberger battling for it on the half wall. Down low for Eberle, walking out in front for Punzenberger, but a good stick by the Tech defenseman. Still in the zone. Georgia still with control. Parente on the half wall, down low for Punzenberger. Looking up front for Eberle, but just behind his stick. And that one goes all the way out to center. Haugen way up ice for Eberle on the blue line. Here's a chance for the Dawgs. Here's Whitwer breaking in. He shoots, he scores! A bad change from the Jackets. And the Dawgs capitalize on the quick up. Whitwer on the breakaway makes it 4-0 Dawgs.
And Whitwer with a great move there, but set up completely by the passing. Georgia Tech caught in a line change, a long pass from the defensive zone all the way to Georgia Tech's blue line, sets that up, and Whitwer with a nice move around Fessler, able to score a goal.
Face-off won by the Jackets. They'll dump it into the Georgia zone. Down low, it's Prasanna. Playing it around the boards. Dubé takes it into the wall. Chipped out by Spicer. Whitwer with it in his own zone. Lays it out ahead for Bartow. Here comes Bartow and Spicer for the Dawgs. Bartow walking in over for Spicer, but goes off a skate. And Gretzinger comes away with it. Plays it across for Rule. Up top for Burnett. We got a delayed penalty coming up on the cross-check in front. It looks like it's going to be Gretzinger's third penalty of the game. So the Dawgs go back to the power play. They are 1 for 2 tonight. So it's going to be 2 minutes to Earl Gretzinger for cross-checking. That is his third penalty of the night.
Gretzinger coming out aggressive like he's been all game and picks up his third penalty. This is going to be the Ice Dogs' third chance on the power play. Let's see if they can win a face-off again and quickly convert.
Power play has looked strong so far as they win the offensive zone face-off. Gannon in the high slot walking in. Gannon in behind the net, taken into the boards. Bigda behind the net now. Walking out of the corner, plays it up top for Conway, who covers. Over to Poole. Back over to Conway walking in. Conway over to Bigda. Bigda with a shot. He passed across to Gannon and he scored. What a passing play from the Dawgs. It's a power play goal. 5-0 Dawgs.
And isn't that fun when everything goes right for the announcer? Win the face-off in the power play and immediately convert that chance. Great cross-ice pass, and Gannon able to put the puck in the back of the net. This is becoming a big lead for the UGA Ice Dogs. They just need to settle down, keep doing what they're doing, don't play defensively, and keep the pedal on and win this game.
So as the power play capitalizes, the Dogs extend their lead to 5 tonight on the goal from Gannon. Poole trying to play it out, but it's taken away at the point. Bigda coming back, and he's able to take it away from the defenseman. Shot back into the zone by Kim. Poole in behind his own net. Plays it up the boards for Mazaros, who just chips it out to center, where Bigda chases. Good play by Conway to come away with it at the point. Conway walking across for Bigda. He scores! Back-to-back goals from the Dogs. It is 6-0.
Bad turnover by Georgia Tech in their own defensive zone there. Conway able to convert and give that pass off to Bigda. Bigda, I mean, easiest shot he'll ever have, wide open net, converts it, and we are now up 6-0 early in the second period.
Brutal turnover from the veteran Min Kim in his own zone. Conway with the cross-ice pass for Bigda. It's 6-0 Dogs. Face-off won by Georgia at center. Strauss goes up the boards, taken away by Yoakum. Parente comes away with it, but he's offsides.
And while I brought it up before, something we're going to see is Georgia Tech get more aggressive. They obviously don't want to lose this game, and they need to start converting chances. They're going to come out more aggressive. Perhaps the most important thing for the Ice Dogs is not to convert on those chances, but to make sure they don't retaliate and keep themselves in this game.
And Fessler will tie that one up to the side of the net, so faceoff will be inside the Georgia Tech zone. That's a good point, Joe. Tech is definitely going to be very much more aggressive going into this second period with a huge margin and a big hill to climb. We'll look for both teams to try and keep their heads in this fierce rivalry. Face-off one inside the Tech zone by the Dogs, but it's taken away at the point. Here comes Wetzel. Strauss on the back check. What a defensive play by Strauss. Wetzel with the rebound, turned away by Testino. What a save on the breakaway. Poole rims it up the boards. Punzenberger with it. Punzenberger across center, down into the Tech zone. Leaves it for Eberle. Eberle into the corner, stops up, looks for help at the point. Over to Strauss. Strauss at the blue line with a shot, and it's turned away by Fessler. Played around Strauss and dumped into the Tech zone. A good hard check there by Strauss on Clougherty. Another hard check, and here's that aggressive play that we were talking about. Bodies flying around now. Strauss behind the net, plays it over to Gannon. Up for Punzenberger. Leaves it for Eberle. Nice pass there. Eberle across center, breaking into the Tech zone. Nice move around Gretzinger. Eberle walking in. His shot off the pad of Fessler. And Tech back the other way, but a good play by Eberle to take it away. Dogs in the middle of a line change. Whitwer chasing. Gretzinger back there for Tech. Connolly up the boards, but it's poked back in by Gannon. Whitwer in the corner. Up top for Martin. Martin with a shot tipped in front, saved by Fessler. Rebound bouncing around in front. Whitwer coming away with it. Centering pass for Bardo just out in front of him. And it's stopped at the line by Martin. Good play there at the point. He makes a nice move around his man. Puck still in the zone. Whitwer down on the half wall. Bounces over his stick. A little bit of extra contact at the blue line. Spicer in to help in the corner. Puck bounces out to Martin. Martin walks the line across for Gannon, who whiffs on the shot. Gannon really wanted that one. Scrum in the corner, pops out to Gannon. Glove down by Bardo, no hand pass on the play. Gretzinger comes away with it for Tech, floats it off the glass. Gannon able to stop it at the point once again for the Dogs, as it's still there. Finally pokes out to center. Bardo loses an edge, but the Dogs still with it at center. Spicer will dump it in. Here it is at the blue line. Bartow walking in now. He has Whitwer with him. Over to Whitwer walking in. His shot saved by Fessler. Great save on the half break. Puck out to center. Martin with a good check in front of the bench here. Here's a break for Passan. Poke check by Testino. What a play. Bounced off the glass. Didn't leave the zone though. Tech still with it. Dumped in by Connolly. Prasanna chasing. Gannon stops up to avoid the contact. Kim able to keep it in. Gutman is there. It's dumped into the zone by Kim. Rimmed around behind the net for Crawford. Crawford with it for the Dogs. He takes a check, plays it over to Martin. Martin up for Gutman. Gutman up the boards for Spicer, but he has to stop up to time it. Spicer into the zone on the right wing side. He takes a shot blockered away by Fessler. And Kim will chip it off the boards. Good play by Gutman to break that one up. Haugen at center, a little bit of extra contact on both sides, and we have a penalty coming up. Not sure who it's on. Play was blown dead as the Tech player touched the puck. We'll wait and see who the call is on. So it looks like 2 minutes to Trevor Gutman as Georgia Tech will go to the power play. This will be their second chance of the night. Last time their power play was cut short as Gretzinger took his second penalty of the night to make it 4-on-4 for about 30 seconds. Face-off will be inside the Georgia zone.
And Georgia Tech going to be on the 5-on-4. The referee's finally calling a penalty. I mean, there were so many questionable plays by Georgia Tech and the Ice Dogs. They finally laid the boom down and send someone to the penalty box. We'll see if Georgia Tech can convert after Testino has been a solid goalie this game.
Testino coming off a great save on that last shift there, as he is locked in and he'll swallow that one up and hold on for a draw.
And like I was mentioning earlier, the refs kind of not calling anything, but things happening off the puck. These Ice Dogs and Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets are getting into it. These players do not like each other, and it's been very physical since the start of the second period.
So the referees will look to gain control of it before it gets out of hand. Gretzinger at the point, shot is blocked in front. Mazzaros trying to come away with it, but it's taken away from him. Bonner with a centering pass, but it goes off the stick of Testino and fired out of the zone by Campbell. Minute 20 left to go on the power play for Tech. Gretzinger inside his own zone, plays it over to Lambert. Out to center. It's Rule. Rule walking down the left wing side, plays it back to the point for Lambert. Lambert walking the line. Over to Gretzinger. Gretzinger at the half wall, plays it across, but a good stick there by Haugen. He plays it out to Conway. Here comes Conway with a breakaway. Declan Conway walking in, shot off the side of the net. Good chance short-handed for the Dogs. Conway still with control of it inside the zone. He's got Mazzaros in front. Centering pass on Mazzaros' stick. Rebound, he scores! Short-handed goal, Josh Mazzaros. It's 7-0 Dogs.
And that play almost completely set up by the passing. The first pass able to get to Conway. Conway takes a shot on goal, unable to convert, gets his own shot off, and is able to pass to Mazzaros. Mazzaros able to put it in. The passing looks great for the Ice Dogs. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And that play started all the way back inside the Georgia zone as Haugen made a great play to break up the pass from Tech, and he's able to chip it out to center for Conway. 30 seconds left to go on the power play for Tech. Not going how they wanted it to so far, as Maurer dumps it right back into the zone where Parente will chase. Rimmed around the boards. Fessler turned it over to Parente, though. Parente taking a few seconds off the clock. Down low, it's Molnar. Over to Boyle. Boyle cross ice for Yoakum, but it's poked away from him by Poole and back into the Tech zone. 5 seconds left to go on the power play, as Maurer holds his man up at the blue line, and that will do it. We're back to even strength. Across the blue line, it's Jacobson. Jacobson into the corner now. Brings it back up to the point, but Tech in the middle of a change, able to keep it in somehow, as Strauss trying to play it out, but it's poked away by Molnar. Gutman at center with it for the Dogs. A huge check at the blue line. Poole inside the Georgia zone. Long stretch pass for Parente. Leaves it for Gutman. Gutman walking in down the left wing side. Drops it off for Parente. He takes his shot. Sicked away by Fessler. Off the boards, but stopped by Poole at the blue line. Parente with a nice move in the high slot, but it's fired out by Tech. Wetzel. His pass out in front of Jacobson. It will go all the way into the opposite corner. No icing, though. Poole regrouping behind his own net. Nice move around Wetzel. Up ice for Eberle, but he couldn't handle the pass. It was shot back into the zone by Kim. Strauss over to Poole. Poole turns it over in the slot, but it bounces into the corner. Lucky break there for Poole. Almost a bad chance And the Dogs come back the other way. Pass over to Punzenberger. Punzenberger walking in, looking for Eberle in front, just out in front of his stick. Fessler stretched out to try and make the save, but no shot as that puck goes all the way down for icing.
And I'm no longer sure Georgia Tech is seeing the puck. It looks like they're seeing the red of the Ice Dogs jerseys and the red in their eyes, targeting the Ice Dogs. A lot of hits coming in, really big hits from Georgia Tech, but it's also leaving them extended. The Ice Dogs, like I said, have been taking advantage of the aggressive Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and converting.
Cooler heads prevail as the Dogs take advantage of that stretched out ice, with the Tech players out of position, maybe chasing contact. Face-off won by the Dogs, but it's taken into the corner by Tech. Punzenberger pinches on his man. Punzenberger and Peacock battling for it now. Punzenberger out of the corner. Lays it back down low for Eberle, but it's taken away from him by Clougherty. Clougherty down the wing now. Makes a move around Gannon, but he's stepped into, and Martin takes it away. Here comes Martin for the Dogs. Stretch pass out for Crawford. Crawford walking in. Makes a move. Saved by Fessler. Another save on the rebound. It's cleared into the corner. And here come the Jackets the other way. Barrett walking down the right wing side. Looking out in front. Taken away by Eberle. Good back check there by the Ice Dogs forward as Crawford's tripped up at center ice. No call on the play. Questionable. Gannon in his own zone plays it up the boards for Eberle. Eberle with a good check there on the near boards. Whitmer in his own zone. Dogs in the middle of a change. Martin looking to stretch it out. Goes back over to Gannon though. Gannon turns away from Barrett. Up the boards for Bartow, who will fire it off the boards and into the zone. Gretzinger into the corner. He's chased by Whitmer and Spicer. Drops it off for his partner. Up the boards for Barrett, but it's taken away from him by Bartow and fired back into the corner. Whitmer in the far corner now. He's chased by Gretzinger. Rimmed around the boards by Dubé. Barrett there. He's pinched by Gannon, and that one will go all the way down into the Dogs zone. No icing, though. Martin curling behind his net. Drops it off for Bartow. Bartow wheeling drops it off for somebody, but no one was there. Centering pass from Conley, turned away by Spicer. Up top for Lambert with a shot, but it's gloved by Testino, and he'll hold on.
Testino only facing 12 shots so far, but it's looked amazing. I mean, he's seeing the puck great from the blue line, seeing the puck go in front of him great. There was a one-on-one opportunity Georgia Tech had, probably their best chance of the entire game, and Testino just throws his stick in there and throws the puck way off.
Excellent save from Testino. He's been locked in the little bit of action that he's had in this game. The shot there was turned away in the high slot by Campbell. That one will go into the corner. Haugen drops it off for his partner. Mazaros on the half wall, chips it off the boards for Conway. He's hounded from behind. He'll lose control of it as it goes into the Tech zone. Bigda there forechecking on Yoakum. Up the boards, but Haugen fires it right back in. Didn't quite get it across the blue line. Bigda stops it up. Here come the Dogs. 3-on-1 if they hurry. Bigda down the left wing side. Pass across for Conway. He shoots. Glove save by Fessler and out of play.
Just off the tip of Fessler's glove, it looks like a good shot, but maybe the earlier pass would have set him up. He has a very tight angle there when he has to do that shot due to the late pass. Anyway, Fessler with a great save, able to get the tip of his glove on it, and the puck goes out of play.
Great save from Colin Fessler. He hasn't had much help defensively in this game as the Dogs have put up a touchdown and an extra point. That's a football joke. Face-off won by the Dogs, but Fessler will hold on to it. So they'll try again from the left side. Connolly and Conway face-off won by Connolly, and it's chipped out to center, but Campbell with it for the Dogs. He'll fire it right back where it came from. Boyle with it in his own zone, poked away from him by Bigda. Conway up top for Campbell in the high slot. His shot goes way wide. Maybe looking for Bigda on the back door, but he wasn't there. Played out to center. Here comes Bonner. Bonner down the left wing side. Makes a move around Haugen, who's tripped up. Bonner walking in, but couldn't get a shot away as it's played up into the corner. Campbell there. Rims it around the boards for Bigda. Here comes Bigda out of his own zone, but it's taken away from him by Lambert. Conway backs him up. Here comes Conway alone. Cross for Mazzaros, but just out of his reach. Conway regroups, plays it over to Campbell, but it comes out of the zone to center. Played back to Conway, across for Bigda. Bigda fires it into the zone. Conway chasing. Up to the high slot for Campbell, walking. He takes a shot, but it's blocked by Gretzinger. Campbell digging for it in front of the Dogs bench. Here's Conway in the slot. Couldn't get a shot away. Connolly comes up with it. Here's Campbell again, a bad turnover by Tech. Down low for Conway, across for Crawford, but just out of his reach. And here come the Jackets. Ashbeck plays it across for Jacobson. Taken away by Campbell. Good defensive play there. Here comes Gutman the other way for the Dogs. Gutman in the high slot. Nice move at the circle. He takes a shot. He scores! What a goal from Trevor Gutman. Makes a nice move to cut to the slot. He makes it 8-0 Dogs.
And that's beautiful defense leading to beautiful offense. A 3-on-2 for Georgia Tech turns into a turnover after the defenseman for UGA Ice Dogs gets on the forward for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, able to poke the puck away to mid-ice, then able to convert on the offensive side of the puck.
A great play for the Dogs as they extend their huge lead with just over 4 minutes left to go in the second period. Face-off won at center by the Dogs. Gutman, the goal scorer, plays it off the boards, but it's chipped into the zone by Peacock. Puma around the boards. A battle of the animal names on this shift. Peacock and Puma out there. Puma with a check. Peacock in front of the net. Prasan looking for him, but Gutman able to chip it away. Peacock comes up with it, though. Plays it back down for Prasan. Gutman trying to get it out to center, but a good read there by Dubé to take it away. But the Dogs come away with it and float it back into the Tech zone. Maurer chasing. Peacock up the boards for Prasan. Dubé couldn't hold on to it. Peacock will dump it into the opposite corner. Burnett up the boards, taken away by Dubé. His pass went way high through the slot. And Gutman will settle it down. Cross for Burnett. Up the boards for Crawford. Way to stretch it out, but it was just offsides. Face-off will be just outside of the UGA zone.
Daniel Crawford there just a little bit too antsy. Knew he had a wide open shot at the net if he could get the puck to him. Just anticipates it a little too much, drifts over the blue line, can't wait for the puck, and it's going to be called offsides.
So face-off will actually be inside the Dog zone to the left of Testino. 3 minutes and change left to go in the second period. The Dogs lead by 8. Face-off won by Conway. Fired around the boards by Strauss, but it stopped at the point. Poole trying to get out to center for Conway, but a good play there by Clougherty to hold on. Dumped into the zone by Ashbeck. Poole behind his own net. Floats it way out to center. No icing, not enough on it. Fessler will play it into the corner. Just out of reach of his man. Bigda comes away with it. Centering pass from Mazzaros walking in. Good save by Fessler to break that one up. Puck still bouncing around behind the net, and we'll have a whistle. Looks like Fessler is down in his crease. So out of all of that, the Dogs will go on the power play as it's 2 minutes for roughing to tie Yoakum. The Dogs 2 for 3 so far on the power play tonight. This will be their 4th chance. They've been moving the puck well. So they'll sort out the personnel out there as Conway and Connolly get set to take the draw. Face-off won by Connolly. Gretzinger fires it off the glass, but it's taken away by Bigda. Bigda stopped it up. He'll curl back and wait for help. Up top for Poole. Over to Gannon. Gannon in the high circle. Walking the line now, back over to Poole. Poole walking in. He takes a shot across the crease for Bigda with the one-timer rebound by Poole from the hash mark. And it's held on to by Fessler. Quick puck movement from the Dogs there, as Poole actually fooled me on that fake shot pass across for Bigda, but Fessler was there to make the save.
And I don't know if it's injury tiredness or just wanting to get this game over with, but Fessler looks slow in goal. He might not be in here much longer, but UGA Ice Dogs looking to capitalize on it.
Poole across for Gannon. Gannon in the high slot plays it down the boards for Mazzaros. Mazzaros on the half wall, drops it off for Bigda. Conway battling for position in front. Mazzaros with it in the corner now. Back up top for Gannon. Over to Poole. Return pass to Gannon. Back over to Bigda. Centering pass for Conway. He takes a shot, but it's blocked in front by Connolly. Clearing attempt was stopped by Poole. Back over to Bigda. Up top for Gannon. Good puck movement from the Dogs. Back up top for Gannon. He takes a shot, but it's blocked in the high slot. Mazzaro's able to come up with it, though. Back over to Poole. Back up top to Gannon walking in, but he couldn't handle the pass. Gets it over to Poole, though. Over to Bigda with a shot. He scores! It's a power play goal for the Dogs. Matt Bigda makes it 9-0.
And we've seen Bigda in this moment before. I mean, walks away as cool as a cucumber. He's used to that, getting that pass into the slot, into the middle of the ice, and then converting that easy goal. It's going to be 9-0 Ice Dogs. Now we look to see maybe some changes in the line, see these younger players get out there, see how they mesh, and see if you can hold on to the lead, but mostly build on for the next game.
As you say that, 3 rookies come out there on this shift for the Dogs. Parente, Punzenberger, and Martin out there to take the draw. Face-off won by Eberle. Parente plays it back to Martin. D to D for Strauss. Way up ice for Punzenberger, but he couldn't quite hold on to it as Kim makes a move at his blue line and dumps it into the Georgia zone. Just over 1 minute left to go in the second period. The Dogs inside their own zone. Cross ice for Punzenberger, but he has to stop up to hold on to it. Over to Martin. Martin D to D for Strauss. Strauss way up ice for Punzenberger. 3-on-2 for the Dogs. Punzenberger down the right wing side. Good step there by Kim, but Eberle there to back him up. Punzenberger drops it off. Kim and Eberle battle for it now. 2 guys aside for each team in that scrum. And Tech looks like they're just trying to escape this period and minimize the damage. Punzenberger still digging. Eberle trying to come away with it at the side of the net, but it's taken away from him. Strauss able to keep it in. Eberle behind the Tech net, walking out of the corner, centering pass for Parente just out of his reach, and Strauss couldn't quite keep it in. Strauss back to Parente, and a tripping penalty coming up here on Tech. Strauss inside his zone is a delayed penalty. Testino heads to the bench. 10 seconds left to go. Here comes Parente down the left wing side. Drops it off for Eberle, who takes a cross check in the back. 3 seconds. Bigda with a shot just over the net, and that will do it. For the second period, the Dogs lead by 9. And we'll keep an eye here as Fessler fired the puck at Strauss after the period expired. The referee will talk to him. So that'll do it for the second period. The Dogs up 9-0 over the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. We'll see you right back here for third period action. We welcome you back for third period action here from the Duluth as the Dogs lead the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets 9-0. We'll take a look back at the second period, Joe.
6 goals scored that period, led by Whitwer with the first one, his second one of the day. Then 2 straight power play goals, one by Gannon, one by Bigda. Then on the opposite side, Mazaros with a shorthanded goal. Finally, Conway and Bigda both scoring their second goals of the day, leading to the UGA Ice Dogs beating up 9-0. Testino with 12 saves, Fessler with 24, but 9 goals let up. And we are going to start, the Ice Dogs are on what seems to be a power play here.
So a goaltending change for the Jackets as it's Merzigian in net now for the third period, as Fessler will take a rest on the bench. We'll take a look at the starting lineups here for this third period. For Georgia, it's Eberle at center with Punzenberger and Parente on the wings, and Haugen and Gutman on the back end to start this power play. The Dogs took a power play late in the second period on the tripping call, so they will take that one into this third period here as Hogan stops up, plays it up to Punzenberger. Different power play look here for this chance for the Dogs. It's be their 5th of the night, as that one just leaves the zone, and Haugen will chase it out to center. Haugen drops it off for Gutman. He's hounded by Conley. Gutman up the boards for Parente, who has to stop up, and it's shipped out to center from Gretzinger. Haugen back to chase it. Curls away from Conley. Here comes Gutman the other way. Gutman down the right wing side. Gretzinger steps up and lays the body. Puck will go back into the Georgia zone. Eberle drops it off for Haugen. Just over a minute left to go on the power play for the Dogs. Haugen looking up ice. Good stick there from the forechecker, Andrew Bonner. Punzenberger drops off for Parente. Gretzinger stepped up for a check, but a good reverse hit by Parente. Eberle behind the net for the Dogs, plays it over to Punzenberger. Back up top for Poole. Poole walking the line now across for Gannon. Return pass for Poole. And right back to Gannon. Down low for Parente. 30 seconds left to go on the power play for the Dogs. Gannon plays it down for Poole, who tries to center it, but it bounces up back to Gannon. Parente in the circle. He takes a shot. Good save by Merzigian, his first of the night. Poole at the point able to settle it. He'll dump it back in. Punzenberger with it now. Took a weird bounce off the side of the net. Rebound bouncing around in front, and it's cleared to the boards. Poole with a shot. Turned away by Merzigian. Parente rebound. Save Merzigian, and he'll hold on.
And Fessler's with some good saves there, but overall on this game has not been great. New goalie actually, not Fessler, but Fessler after being pulled after 9 goals let up. Testino has been perfect with 12 saves this game. Georgia Tech's goalie coach actually Testino's coach from high school. Probably would have preferred Testino in this game after his 1,000 save percentage, while Fessler has been poor.
That's a great point. Fun fact, Craig Terranova coached Ryan Testino for almost 10 years when he played travel hockey for the Atlanta Ice Bandits. You can see Craig over there to the right side on the Tech bench. Can't be too happy with the performance of his current goaltenders so far tonight, as that puck is cleared out to center, and that will do it for the Dogs power play as Poole fires it right back into the Tech zone. Merzigian stops it up behind the net and leaves it for Yoakum, but it's taken away by Conway on the forecheck. Bigda behind the net, plays it back for Conway. Up top for Gannon. Gannon walks the line, plays it over to his partner Poole. Down low for Conway. He settles it, walking in. Conway into the slot. Poked away from him, but he drops it off for Mazaros. Mazaros walking up top, drops it back off for Conway. At the point, Conway just had it poked away from him by Molnar, and it goes back into the Georgia zone. Poole goes all the way back behind his own net, plays it up the boards. Conway couldn't catch up to it, though. And we have a whistle. Offsides on the Jackets.
26 is just cloud. 26 is just cloud in our student section. He's trying
Crowd booing here at a little off-the-puck action between the Ice Dogs and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. It's getting a little bit scrappy. Hopefully this game stays clean. That's when the Ice Dogs are at their best.
Face-off won by the Jackets and fired into the Dog zone, but Campbell quickly stops that one and stretches it out for Gutman. Gutman down the right wing side, walking in. Makes a move around Gretzinger, drops it off for Maurer. He takes it into the boards, and it's floated out to center by the Jackets. Haugen there to play it. Fires it cross ice for Campbell. Campbell walking the line. He's able to dump it in. Campbell couldn't keep it in. Maurer able to poke it away though, and he'll dump it. It's held on to at center ice. Gutman will curl back and play it to his defenseman Haugen. Haugen across center, walking down on the left wing side. He's tripped up, no call on the play. And that one goes back into the Georgia zone. Campbell in behind his own net. He's chased. Campbell plays it off the boards and takes a hard hit inside his own zone. Some strong contact there from Pranay Prasanna. But Spicer able to pick that one off. Walking in, he takes a shot, but it's blocked. Spicer still in the corner. Centering pass is turned away. Conley goes off the glass and out to center, but Gann is there for the Dawgs. Plays it back to Spicer. Walking in. And it's taken away from him. Gannon able to hold the line, though, as it finally comes out to center. Here comes Gretzinger. Gretzinger walking down the left wing side. Here's a chance for the Jackets with a shot way wide and all the way out. A rare chance for the Jackets was wasted there as the shot went way wide of Testino. Stretch pass turned away by Bartow and fired back into the Georgia Tech zone. Just under 5 minutes gone here in this third period. Dawgs still forechecking. Spicer able to hold on to it. Plays it back down the wall for Whitwer. He takes a check as it comes out to the point. Martin couldn't hold the line. And here comes Bonner the other way. Good play by Gannon, though, and he takes that one away from them. And Spicer on the back check will come up with it. Good pinch there by Peacock to hold it in the zone, though, and we got a delayed penalty coming up. Looks like it's on the Dawgs as Merzigan heads to the bench. So extra attacker out there for Georgia Tech. Lambert behind his own net. Plays it over to Rule. Back to Lambert. Back to Rule. He takes a check from Bartow, plays it over to Peacock. He drops it back off, where Barrett will play it. Tech trying to get something out of their own zone now. Delayed penalty still going. And that one's cleared, where Poole will play it, so that will get the whistle and the call from the referee. Two minutes. Number 14, Robbie Whitwer for interference. Tech back on the power play for the third time tonight. They're 0 for 3 in that category.
Really important play right there. Georgia Tech had possession of the puck for a long time, a 6-on-5, almost a power play before the power play even happens. Luckily, Georgia Ice Dogs do a great job and are able to get on the puck and force the then power play for this 5-on-4.
Good shot there from the point by Connolly. Testino able to get some body on it. Played up to the point for Molnar. His shot goes wide. Lambert able to keep it in, plays it back up top for Molnar. He walks the line. He takes a shot, blocked up in the traffic in front. Mazzaro's digging for it, able to pull it out to the boards, but it's kept in by Lambert. Rim behind the boards for Connolly. Played up top for Molnar. Back over to Lambert. He takes a shot, tipped in front, goes wide of the net. Connolly recovers. Sauces it across for Molnar. He walks in, takes a shot, he scores! Georgia Tech's first goal of the night, and the crowd erupts here in Duluth. It's a power play goal for the Jackets. It's 9-1.
You can never tell by the fans' reaction here, but now the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets are only losing by 8, and they send someone to the box after that.
What an atmosphere here in the middle of the student section. Oh, they're still going, sorry.
to have a timeout here as the rest discuss, but as I'm sure you can hear, the Georgia Tech fans ecstatic. They're only losing by 8 now with only 13 minutes and 45 seconds left. I mean, a real chance to get back into this game if they can build on the momentum of this crowd. Very unlikely, but the momentum of this crowd is great. You can see the Ice Dogs not caring. They're really taking this audience, this crowd, and building on it for their own energy. As you can see, dancing in the middle of the ice is Josh Mazzaros, one of the best goal scorers for the Ice Dogs. He has certainly converted this negative energy from the crowd into something positive for him.
So that power play goal from the Jackets narrows the lead to just 8. Oh, sorry, not just 8 goals. There's still time with just under 14 minutes left to go in the third period. So they'll sort it out. Looks like Tech got a penalty after the goal. So it's going to be, looks like a power play for the Dogs. We'll let you know when the referees figure it out. So, out of the goal, it's going to be a power play for the Dogs. Looks like they're 7 of the night, 6 of the night. We've lost count. Gannon with it in his own zone, plays it up the wall for Conway. Conway down the right wing side, looking for someone in front, plays it behind the net though. Bigda there to pick that one up. Back to Bigda off the return pass from Mazzaros. Up top for Poole, walking the line, over to Gannon. Gannon back up to Poole, he takes a shot, but it's gloved by Merzigan. He'll hold on.
Crowd cheering again, and this time for good reason. Merzigian with a good save there. Doesn't let the rebound drop, which should be the most dangerous part. Instead, gloves it. Now it's going to be a face-off in Georgia Tech's defensive zone.
Face-off won by the Jackets, but it's pinned in by Bigda as he takes Yoakum into the boards. Gannon trying to stretch out, but he couldn't quite keep it in, and that one will go all the way back into the Dogs zone. Poole stops up. And you can hear the boos as Josh Mazzaros ran into the beer tower that was building inside the Georgia Tech student section. He put them out of their misery, though. It was kind of a pathetic beer tower, as that one's cleared all the way back into the Dogs zone with just under a minute left to go on the power play for the Dogs. As Mazzaros taunts the student section now. Poole walking in down the left wing side, makes a move into the corner. Centering pass from Mazzaros, but he couldn't quite get a shot away, and it's cleared by Conley. Testino plays it up the wall again, and there 30 seconds left to go on the power play for the Dogs. Conway with it at center. Walking in, avoids the check at the bench. Plays it across for Gannon just out of his reach. Poole racing to catch up to it. He takes a check from Gretzinger. Mazzaros in the corner, plays it over for Conway. On the half wall, drops it off for Gannon. Gannon will dump it back in. Mazzaros with it in the corner, plays it over to Conway. Back up top to Gannon. He takes a shot, gloved by Merzigan, and cleared into the corner by the Tech defenseman. 5 seconds left to go on the Dogs' power play. Puck still in the zone. Poole at the point, plays it across for Gannon, and that will do it. We're back to 5-on-5. Gannon walking a little extra contact in front as Bigda and Gretzinger battle for position. Kim will play it out, but Gannon actually kept it in the zone. Clearing attempt goes off of Kim's leg, and here come the Dogs again. Bigda with a pass out in front for Mazzaros. His shot goes right through the crease. Passed out. Here comes Molnar, the goal scorer for Tech. Pass across for Kim, but he's laid out in the slot, and Testino will cover. Rebound, pops out, loose, he scores! but not out. Min Kim narrows the lead to 7.
Not too sure who got the tip in there. I'm going to attribute to Min Kim. Did a great job. I mean, Testino just not able to cover completely, and the puck bounces out in front, and Kim able to successfully get that puck into the back of the net. Georgia Tech now down only 7. If they average about 1 goal every a minute and 15 seconds, they have a chance of coming back. The likelihood of that not high, but the Ice Dogs are definitely going to play into this energy from the crowd and probably come out strong here.
And it looks like a penalty assessed after the whistle as Matt Bigda goes to the box. So Tech on the power play now. This will be their 4th opportunity of the night. So we'll take a second and let them sort out the penalties. Face off at center ice, won by the Dogs, but is taken away by the Jackets and dumped in. Burnett and Puma out there for the Dogs. We haven't seen much of them tonight. Gretzinger back in his own zone on the power play, looking up ice. Makes a nice move at center around Whitworth, but couldn't get around Spicer. The short stick of Dylan Spicer, able to get a handle on that one. And a stop at the bench by Puma, and Burnett will fire it all the way down into the Tech zone. Gretzinger begins the rush from behind his own net, plays it up for Conley, but just out of reach. Icing call on the play as Puma got to it first.
Georgia Tech currently 1 for 3 on their power plays. This is going to be their 4th attempt, about already 40 seconds in. It's not looking great. They have created almost no pressure, but there's still a lot of time left. Legitimately, they could get into this game with a score on the power play, however, not likely.
Face-off won by the Jackets off the tie-up. Now we're able to keep it in the zone, though. He'll pin it in deep. Gretzinger comes away with it now. Just over a minute left to go on the Jackets' power play as Gretzinger comes across center. Down in alone, drops it off, but Parente was there, and he'll push it out to center ice. Lambert dumps it back into the Dogs zone. Campbell in his own corner, he'll fire it back down. Not sure what the plan was there from Lambert, as the Dogs will take a few more seconds off of this Jackets power play. Over halfway gone here in the 3rd period. The Dogs lead by 7. Conley in front of his own bench, walking down the right wing side. Here comes Conley alone, makes a move through the slot, walking in, but poked away by Haugen. Good defensive play there, as Conley was breaking in with speed. The leading scorer for Georgia Tech last season, and still this season. His shot turned away by Testino and fired out of the zone. The Dogs will get a line change. Rezigan leaves it for Gretzinger, who stops up behind his net and looks up ice. Gretzinger out of his own zone, stretches it out for Barrett. Barrett down the right wing side, walking in. Makes a move through the slot, but poked away by Campbell. Puck still bouncing around in front, goes into the corner, and Campbell will go off the glass and out to center. That will do it for the Jackets' power play as Bigda comes out of the box. Fired into the zone by Peacock. Rimmed around the boards, Bigda plays it out to center for Parente. Here comes Conway down the left wing side with speed. Conway breaking in, cuts to the net. He takes his shot, gloved by Merzigan, and played it into the corner. Conway still with it. Takes 2 guys to push him into the boards. Conway still battling for it as Mazzaros will fire it behind the net. Peacock there, plays it up the half wall, but Strauss with a good pinch to keep it in. Plays it back down to Bigda, but it's out of his reach, and Dubé comes away with it. Kim on his own half wall, up the boards, but no one there as Poole gets it at center and goes right back across ice for Bigda. Trying to get it over to Mazzaros, but it's kicked away. Peacock at center, poked away from him by Strauss. Here comes Conway the other way. Conway walking in, looking for Mazzaro's in front with a shot. Goes off the glass behind the net. Just a little bit high from Conway. Strauss cross ice for Poole. And he'll float one into the opposite corner. Mazzaro's there to forecheck. Rim back behind the net. Bigda there with a huge check. Just missed his man, actually. Couldn't quite get full contact on it. Poole at center for the Dogs. He'll leave it for Bigda. Looks like offsides, and it was. Face off just outside of the Georgia Tech zone. 8 minutes and 3 seconds left to go in the game, barring an incredible comeback. Fired into the zone. It's Boyle playing it. Up the boards for Witzel, but he takes a hard check from Eberle. Gretzinger couldn't hold on to it. Punzenberger on the half wall, looking for help. Eberle comes in. Walking in as Eberle cuts to the slot. Plays it over to Parente. Cutting to the net, but his pass goes right through the crease. Eberle couldn't get a play on it. Punzenberger with a huge check in the corner. Martin at the top of the circle plays it across for Parente. Back down low. Return pass to Parente, who fires it into the corner. Eberle with a broken stick on the play. Fired just out of reach. Eberle there with no stick and a huge check in front of the Dogs bench. We have a penalty coming up on David Eberle. Interference called, questionable. So it'll be the Dogs, number 2, David Eberle to the box. 2 minutes for interference.
You can hear the chant here. They're yelling at Eberle for committing that penalty. I mean, without a stick, a one-on-one for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket on Testino. It seemed like a penalty that had to be committed. I don't love the call, but a great play by Eberle, even if he gets called for it nonetheless, takes away a golden opportunity for the Yellow Jackets.
Definitely a questionable call. Looked like he got contact, but maybe the ruling was that the Tech player didn't have possession of the puck. Either way, it's going to be the power play for the Jackets. With 7:18 left to go in the third period. Face off to the right of Testino in the Georgia zone. That one's won by Spicer. Taken into the boards by Gannon. Good play here from Gannon to hold on to it for a little bit extra, and Martin will walk it out and just roll it out to center. Just got enough of it to get it out of the zone. Yoakum looking up ice for Peacock, whose pass was intended for Jacobson, but Gannon got there first and fires it right back out. Yoakum inside his own zone, and he'll curl back behind his net. He's pressured by Whitwer, though, and forced to walk it back out, and turns it right back over to Gannon. He'll go off the glass and back behind the Tech goalie. Yoakum D-to-D behind the net for Peacock. Peacock up the wall, Spicer there. Good pressure there from Spicer as Whitwer will walk it out and play it back to his own line as Martin shoots it right back into the Tech zone. Dogs able to successfully kill off a minute of this penalty so far with no shots from the Jackets as they walk out of their own zone. Peacock with a nice move, plays it up the wall for Kim. And it's poked in by Bonner. He takes it into the corner. Plays it back down low for Kim, who's taken to the wall by Maurer. A good check there from Campbell, and it's going to be another penalty on the Dogs. And a little bit of extra going on behind the net there is Campbell in the scrum.
Looks like that penalty is going to be on Campbell. We're going to have a 5-on-3 here for about 43 seconds, and then another minute and 17 of 5-on-4. Ice Dog's going to show up here on defense. While the game might already seem over, it's really important to keep Georgia Tech off the board. Show that your power play defense is good, especially in a 5-on-3.
Face-off won by the Jackets, played back to Lambert, who fires it into the zone. Conley with control of it behind the net. Looking back up top for Lambert. He walks the line, passes it back down low for Conley, who shakes a shot in front. He scores! reaction from the crowd. It's a power play goal for the Jackets. That one makes it 9-3, and it's 3 straight for Georgia Tech. As they cut the Georgia lead to just 6. Five on 4 still here as Tech still on the power play. A minute 40 left to go on the second penalty as that puck goes up into the stands. A young man from Marietta will go home with a souvenir. Face off still inside the Georgia zone. Won by the Jackets. Lambert at the point, plays it back down the wall. Return pass to Lambert, goes across the ice for Gretzinger. Gretzinger at the top of the circle, walking the line. He takes a shot, but it's tipped by Whitwer. Played back up to the point for Gretzinger. Nice move at the point, and it's saved by Testino. And he'll hold on to it.
In a game like this where the Georgia Yellow Jackets really can't win, you really want to still improve. While it may be a 6-point deficit for the Yellow Jackets, you want to see fight from the Ice Dogs. You want to see improvement, especially on the power play defense.
Face off one again by the Jackets. Lambert with it at the point, plays it back down the wall. Into the corner now. Conley with it. Plays it up to Gretzinger. He takes a shot, tipped in front, saved by Testino. Bounces into the corner. Tech still with control of it. Shot from the point, turned away easily by Testino. And that one's played out to center. Here comes Conway with it for the Dogs. Makes a nice move around Lambert. Another nice move around Gretzinger, but he couldn't hold on to the puck. Conway recovers, though. Takes a few more seconds off the penalty. And Puma will fire it deep into the Tech zone. Merzigan leaves it for Lambert. Up for Conley, but just out of his reach, and Puma will get it. Not able to fire it all the way into the zone, though. As Boyle gets it, plays it across D for Lambert. Back over to Boyle. He's hounded by Conway. Here comes Boyle down the right wing side with speed. Trying to cut to the net himself, but a good play there by Puma to poke it away, and Bartow will fire it down into the Tech zone. Yoakum out from behind his own net. 6 seconds left to go on the power play for the Jackets. Yoakum plays it into the corner. Good play there by Puma to step up and force him to the outside. And that will do it for the Tech power play. 4 minutes left to go in the third period. Turned away by Testino. Shot from the hash mark was blocked. Puck in the corner. Digging for it was Punzenberger. Here comes Eberle. 3-on-2 for the Dogs. Eberle down the right wing side. He takes a shot, but it's tipped away. Rebound almost popped out in front for Punzenberger, but he couldn't get to it. Taken away by Boyle. Good check there by Eberle. Puma inside his own zone. Plays it back for Burnett. The Dogs trying to kill off as much time as they can. Punzenberger down into the zone for the Dogs. Plays it back up top for Parente. Down low for Punzenberger. Couldn't quite handle it cleanly. But he gets control of it behind the net. Up top for Martin at the point. D for Gannon walking in. He fakes the shot down low for Parente. Centering pass for Eberle, but he couldn't get a shot away, and that will go all the way down into the Dog zone. Nice fake shot there from Gannon. Kim with a huge check behind the Georgia's goal on Puma. Here comes Parente the other way. Tries to cut to the slot, but a good defensive play there by Peacock, and the net is off after Parente went crashing into the goal.
Little discussion after the whistle there. A good Georgia Tech hit on the Ice Dog defenseman, Bill Martin. Bill Martin seemed to be saying to him, hey, we're up 6 points, so you no need to be hitting me like that. Maybe you want to go. Georgia Tech, smaller player, obviously declines. another player will be a big player here, will be how Georgia Tech kind of plays this. Will they keep playing offensively and aggressively, or will they kind of settle down in the last 3 minutes of this game?
Puck floated out to center. Martin trying to catch up to it. Good play there by Martin to keep Peacock away from it, as that one goes into the corner. Gannon up the wall for Big to stretch pass from Mazzaros. Pokes it around Gretzinger, but he'll recover and play it out to center. Nice stretch pass there from Bigda, but Mazzaros couldn't quite get control of it. Peacock with it deep in the Tech zone. He takes a check from Mazzaros, but able to play it off for Gretzinger. Up the wall, but turned right over to Gannon, and back over to Conway. Conway steps around the check from Peacock, drops it off for Bigda. Bigda in the high slot, trying to get it in center, but couldn't quite get a pass away. Martin able to hold it in the zone, though. Plays it back down the wall. Mazzaros behind the net now. He takes a check from Gretzinger. Bigda with a centering pass off the side of the net. Mazzaros he took the check from Gretzinger. Good contact there. Bigda able to punch it back behind the net. Mazzaros still battling for it. A little bit of extra contact on every play as Bigda goes down. Gretzinger with a good check there. Conway shoots it on net, and Bigda takes a man down in front of the net. And here we go.
Bigda going to be sent into the box there for a little bit of extracurricular activity here. The team's not really getting into it after the whistle. Bigda playing a little bit bigger than he is, laying out a Georgia Tech defenseman. And we'll see what continues here. I mean, it's been physical in the last minute or so. Hopefully it doesn't continue. We obviously don't like to see players suspended or fights, but it's looking like it might head that way.
So Tech back on the power play as that faceoff is won by the Jackets inside the Georgia zone. Played back to the point for Boyle. He walks the line across for Lambert. Played down into the corner. Back up top for Lambert. He walks the line again. Return pass for Connolly. Out of the corner, shot blocked by Whitwer. That one might have hurt a little bit. And Campbell will play it down the ice. Puck dropped off for Boyle, but Whitwer's right there. Good forecheck from Whitwer on the penalty kill after taking a hard shot off the foot. Lambert stretches it out, but his pass just ahead of Bonner, who couldn't get a clean handle on it. He's taken into the boards by Haugen. Puck dumped into the zone. Lambert and Campbell battling for it behind the net. Played up top for Yoakum. He takes a shot that's tipped, saved by Testino, and played into the corner. Here's Rule with it now. Rule drops it off. Played out in front, centering pass goes off a leg. Conley able to get control of it again, though. He takes another shot, but it's tipped off the stick of Campbell. Puck still bouncing around on the high slot. Spicer couldn't quite clear it, though. And he'll finally chip it out all the way into the Georgia Tech zone. 30 seconds left to go in the game. Yoakum chased by Spicer. Jacobson out of his own zone, plays it up top for Lambert. Lambert walking down the left wing side, drops it back off for Jacobson with a shot, turned away by Testino. Tech still with control of it. 13 seconds left to go in the game, but it leaves the zone. 5 seconds left to go. Jacobson at center ice, and that will do it for this game. The Dogs win 9-3. As usual, Georgia beats down on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets with a dominant 9-3 performance in enemy territory here in Duluth. Thank you for joining us tonight. Stick around for some post-game thoughts from myself and Joe Kopsha.
I want to do
So thanks for joining us here tonight from Duluth as the Dogs beat the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets 9-3. We'll wrap it up with some post-game thoughts. I'll send it over to Joe for the 3 stars of the game.
And in a dominating performance, you had a lot of offense and a lot of players do well. We're going to go over our 3 stars, the 3 most impactful players of the game, and Mazzaros being the 3rd star is most impactful, kind of. As the 3rd most impactful player, he was certainly impactful on the ice, but he had the most impact in this stadium. Every single Georgia Yellow Jacket audience member hated Mazzaros. He was dancing, he was interacting with the crowd, and of course he scored the shorthanded goal. Next would be Whitwer, number 14, scoring the 2nd and 4th goals in the game, really setting the tone early, while other players scored 2 goals, setting the tone early, and with a nice move, a backhand shot bar down was a really nice goal. He set the tone and really set up for the win. And then the last star is going to be Haugen. Haugen with a great pass, crossing the ice, really setting up those goals here and doing a great job on defense, especially not getting a ton of time.
Haugen was very strong defensively in his time on ice tonight. So that'll do it here from the Atlanta Ice Forum in Duluth. We'll see you next week in Tennessee as the Dogs take on the Ice Vols. Thank you for joining us. For Joe Kopp Show, I'm Torrin Smith, signing off.